Hey guys, and welcome to Resilient Ratty, which is my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, my name is Ratik Datta, and I recently graduated from Purdue University, having done a master's in marketing. In case you're not new here and you have been following this channel for a while, first of all, a huge thank you for that. And at the same time, the title of this video might seem a bit perplexing for you for the simple reason that since you've been following this channel for a while, you've heard me say that I have been looking for a job in the US market for a couple of months, for at least for about 2 to 3 months now. And the fact that I've suddenly come back home being Mumbai, India, might come across as super perplexing for you guys, and I totally understand that, which is why I decided to make this video. I wanted to expound on why I chose to come back and what the future holds for me and for students in the US, both international and domestic. So stay tuned if you want to know a little bit more about my entire journey right now. Before I delve into the details of that, in case you're new here, please do make sure to subscribe to this channel and switch on bell notifications so that you don't miss out on any future content. This channel essentially talks about my personal, professional, and academic experiences. I've made quite a few videos on my time at Purdue University. I've made a few videos on my time at Athena School of Management, which is my alma mater for my MBA program. And yeah, I got a lot of I got some pretty solid feedback from you guys talking about how I should probably rethink shooting my videos on Zoom, and I think that is truly an excellent idea. And as a matter of fact, I was actually thinking of switching to a proper video format rather than using Zoom for recording my videos. Zoom as a means to record the video was always a temporary thing. And now that I'm home and I've gotten the necessary equipment to make good content on my phone camera, I am going to go ahead and proceed with that. And I would love to know how you like this new format. If you think that this is better than the Zoom format, I would love to know your comments in the comment section below. Well, in case you've been following me on Instagram and LinkedIn, which are two social media platforms that I am very regular on, it would not come across as very surreptitious for you that I am back in India, because I've been posting very, very regularly both on my Instagram and LinkedIn about having come back home. So, well, what I'm trying to say is that that's basically your cue to follow me on Instagram and on LinkedIn. That really helps us stay more connected than it is with YouTube, because at the end of the day, I make a video a week on YouTube. At least that's what I try. Talking about making a video a week, I would really want to apologize for having not been disciplined with that the past 3 weeks. By the time this video comes out, it would have been about 3 weeks since the last video came out, and I truly apologize for that. It's just that coming back home has been such an exhilarating experience, and everyone has been so ecstatic to have me back that I've been spending a lot of time just catching up with family, friends, and other close ones, because of which I could not give YouTube the kind of time that I couldn't give enough time to YouTube to do it justice. And as a matter of fact, I actually shot this video last week, but I just messed up the logistics of it because it was the first time I was shooting it on my camera phone and on my phone camera, and hence I had to reshoot it, which is what I'm doing right now, which is why the video is another week delayed. I hope you guys can understand, and I really want to thank you. And I really want to thank you for being showing your patience, because I know this channel has been around since about January, but I haven't been regular with my content because I was doing a very grueling and demanding program at Purdue. And you've been very understanding of it throughout, and that really means the world, because at the end of the day, this channel is all about you guys. I graduated from Purdue University in the month of May, which is recent. Now, recent can be very relative and very, very subjective. For some people, recent could mean this morning. For others, it could mean last week. For some others, it could mean a year back. But when I say recent, to be more specific, I graduated in the month of May. It's been about 3 months, over 3 months since I graduated from my university. And the thing was, the job market in the US is not at its best right now. I've actually made a video on that, which you can check out. You can check that out on the top right screen right here. And I also made a video about talking about whether the US is actually heading towards a recession or not. Since then, there has been some good news. The Fed has hinted that there will be interest rate cuts in the future, which is actually great for the economy and for the job market. And I pray for that to happen, so that the people who are looking for jobs in the US can breathe a little more easy and can get that ease in looking for a job. But given that given my predicament, I actually don't have any full-time work experience. I have a year's worth of internship experience, but I don't have any full-time work experience, and hence it was as hard as it was to find a job anyway in today's market in the US. It was going to be even harder for me given that I didn't have any full-time work experience. And hence I predicted how long it would probably take for me to get a job, and the conclusion I could come to was that I was probably going to take at least 6 months to get a job. And personally, I wasn't ready to be waiting for that long. Like I said, I don't have any full-time work experience, and I'm very eager to start working at this point. I already have two master's degrees, and I thought it's the correct time for me to start working as soon as I possibly could. Now, again, I'm 26, but when I say I'm 26, I'm not trying to stereotype when you should start working in any way. So it's not really about the number or the age. I just feel like I've reached a level of maturity where I want financial independence, and that financial independence comes with, starting your corporate career or whatever career it is that you wish to start. In my case, it's the corporate career, and the job market in India is a lot better. In fact, things are really picking up. Things are going full steam ahead. Really, God willing, I should be able to get a job soon, a lot sooner than I would if I were to stay back in the US. Having said that, if you are a student who is looking for a job in the US, and unlike me, if you're not uncomfortable with the idea of waiting it out, I would highly urge you to wait out in the US, because I truly feel that your overall experience in the US is only complete once you get that corporate experience. I would have loved to get that corporate experience as well, but then again, like I said, I kind of had my reasons for wanting to come back. But if you're not like me and if you're okay with waiting it out, I would highly urge you to wait it out, because at the end of the day, it's a matter of when and not if when you get a job. It's the job market is bad right now, but it's expected to pick up by the end of this year when by the time the elections get over, by the time the election results come out next year, I think the job market is going to be a lot better. I spoke about possible interest rates cut as well. That is also going to help the job market in substantially. If the interest rate cuts do happen, that is truly going to propel the job market into the stratosphere, if I'm being very honest. So I think it's just a waiting game at this point. You just have to be a little patient, unless you have aspirations like me of wanting to get a job as soon as you want to, or if you have other reasons for wanting to come back to India. I would highly urge you to not do what I did. In fact, if I were to talk about it, I was the only one in my cohort, people who graduated in the year 2024 doing different masters programs who actually ended up coming back, who ended up going back to their home country. As far as I know, I'm the only person, so I am in the minority here, and I would honestly recommend not following my footsteps. This also kind of begs the question of what the future holds for students in the US, given the fact that there are people who are already looking for jobs in the US right now, people who've already graduated, and of course, there are going to be people who will be starting their programs and then graduating by next year or the year after that. For these people, like I've already touched upon this a little bit, I would highly urge people who've already graduated to stay patient. And for those of you who are just starting out, I think you don't really have too much to worry about, because by the time you graduate, the job market is going to be in a much better place, in my opinion, just my personal humble opinion. So I would highly urge you to just focus on your program at this point, focus on your academics, focus on extracurriculars, focus on networking, basically focus on the journey and not the destination. Because if you emphasize too much on the destination, you might not make the most out of your journey, and if you don't make the most out of your journey, reaching the destination will prove to be fruitless. So I think it's imperative for you to focus on what is at hand right now. I know it's easier said than done. In fact, I struggle with it quite a few times as well, but if you're able to implement this in life, you will see that a lot of your anxiety and a lot of your stress goes away, and having that anxiety go away automatically sets you up for success a lot better than other ways could. This brings me to the final part of the video. I'm basically going to be talking about how I personally feel right now, having come back to India. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to be back with my family and my friends. I'm grateful to God for being close to family, people that I've been away from Mumbai, from India, for over a year now, and that's a long time. So coming back, I've seen changes in the city. There have been infrastructural developments as well, which I'm very happy about. And of course, it's great to be around family again, which explains why I've been so occupied the past few days. So I am super duper grateful, but at the end of the day, I think one word encapsulates how I'm truly feeling right now, and that word would be bittersweet. Because as sweet as it is to come back, it was also very difficult to say goodbye to the US. If you know me personally, or if you've been following my Instagram, you'd know that I am a very I love the US a lot as a country with its culture, and I truly enjoyed my time there. So leaving the US was a very difficult goodbye. In fact, it was the hardest goodbye that I've ever had after my goodbye from Mumbai. Saying goodbye to everyone here when I went for my studies to Purdue was the hardest goodbye. And this goodbye to the US wasn't too far off behind, in all honesty. And you never know what the future holds. I am keeping my fingers crossed. I'm not shutting the door to going back to the US at some point in the future, because life is long. There is a lot of things to be achieved, a lot of work to be done, so you never know where you end up in the next few years. And that's what actually keeps me motivated at this point, because if you know me, you'd know that India and the US both are countries which are very close to my heart, and I would probably want a system where I can keep traveling between the two countries. So, of course, going on a vacation to the US is always possible, but I was thinking more on the lines of actually living there for some more time, because I feel like 1 year, as amazing as that 1 year was, I in order to truly make the most of my American experience, I need some more time, and I also need to be working there to understand how the work culture is, which also would give me a new perspective and help me find the differences between working in India and working in the US. Of course, there are a lot of videos and content available on that, but I would just personally like to experience it myself as well. All in all, my stoicism makes me feel like I'm very strong about this whole thing about having left the US. But truth be told, if I were to actually express how I'm feeling right now, it's been difficult. But again, I don't want to be misunderstood, because the fact that I'm back home with family and friends actually means the world to me, and I'm making the most of my time here. And I truly, it's amazing to go back to the places that I hadn't visited in a year. My safe places here in Mumbai, my favorite restaurants. I still think the best chocolate milkshake in the world is at Love and Latte in Mumbai, and I had that chocolate milkshake recently as well. So don't get me wrong here. I am absolutely over the moon when it comes to coming back to India. But it's just that when your heart is set on two places, when you have your heart set in two places at once, it becomes difficult. Just like it was difficult for me in the US trying to adjust to being away from home, coming back here as excellent and as fantastic as it has been, obviously you do miss your time in the US as well. So that's just something that will take some time to get used to. But like I said, I do have hopes that something is going to work out in the future, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed for that. So that's about it, guys. That's my short video on why I chose to come back to India, how I'm feeling right now, what you should probably be thinking of doing right now. Long story short, you should absolutely keep at it, keep looking for jobs. I cannot reiterate this enough. I cannot emphasize this enough. Unless you have your reasons like me, please give it your best shot and wait it out and try to look for a job in the US, because um that's going to be the cherry on top in terms of your US experience, in my opinion. Other than that, if you have any other questions, you can reach out to me. You can leave a comment in the YouTube comment section below. But in case you're a little shy, you can reach out to me on Instagram and LinkedIn as well. That is one way for us to connect without you having to publicly talk about what you want to talk about, which is and actually, as a matter of fact, people have reached out to me on LinkedIn and Instagram a lot. As a matter of fact, one of them has actually ended up being a good friend of mine. So that is why I started this channel. In addition to helping you guys out, I wanted to make new connections, because I love talking to people, and I really look forward to you guys reaching out to me wherever it is that you're comfortable. YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram. It would be a pleasure to be helping out in any way that I possibly can. Or if you just want to chat about other things in general, you can reach out to me then and there as well. Let me know what other kind of videos you would like me to make. I assure you that I will be regular from now, a video a week, and I will be very disciplined about it. Now that I'm home, now that I'm settled in, I will be fast. I will be very diligent about ensuring that there is a video every week. I believe myself to be a consensuous person, and YouTube is something that I want to be giving my 110% to from this point. And I will make sure that you do get a video a week. In addition to that, again, like I said, do follow me on Instagram, because I only post, even if I am posting a video a week is not very, I mean, there's a if you want to know what's going on in my life in more detail, you can just follow me on Instagram, because I am very, very active on Instagram. My life is pretty much an open book for the most part. So, yeah, if you want to know more about me, more about my life, more about my opinions, you can definitely. I'm a highly opinionated person, and you will find that out if you follow me on Instagram. I am wishing the very best for all of you who are looking for a job in the US. hang in there, things are going to get better. And basically, I wish you all the best. Take care of yourself. Until next time.